All right, so I wanted to take a little bit of time today to talk about operations data analysis. So I am an accountant. Don't hold it against me though. But one of the things that we find when we do our work is we're going to look at the financials and we'll see positive results, negative results. We can do trends over many different periods of time. But we have to acknowledge that what we see in the financials is only symptomatic of the causes that are actually creating this situation. So while I love financial statements as much as any other accountant or CPA, I do acknowledge that it's part of the picture. It's not all the picture. So that's why many years ago we started doing data analysis in operations for our clients, because what we want to do is we want to find what is ultimately upstream of this financial result that may or may not be what we want. And we want to find those things, those little golden nuggets in the client, to see really what they can control. And a good quote that supports this is Steve Jobs once said that if you do the right things on the top line, the bottom line will follow. Those right things on the top line are inevitably the things that involve the customer experience, the top line being revenue, marketing and intake, sales, bringing client in, and then of course then passing them through the operations cycle of whatever business we're in. How well are we managing that? How well are we paying attention to the client experience and ensuring it is what it needs to be? Now, my feeling, based in just a couple decades of work, is that the major threat to businesses, to their success, is the owner, entrepreneur, founder, visionary, whoever's kind of in that area of the business, them no longer paying the appropriate attention, or the business itself for that matter, no longer paying the appropriate attention to the customer experience. And if you listen to the underlying themes of most of what the business gurus are saying, even some of the ones nowadays, really what they're talking about is that a business can go from zero to something by paying close attention to the customer experience, and it can go from something to almost anything else by paying close attention to the customer experience. Jeff Bezos describes Amazon as being a company that has, I think he actually said, an obsessive compulsive focus on the customer experience. So really what we see with a lot of businesses, and we've all probably had an experience like this, where a business is good, things are going great, there's actually some really good positive reviews, a lot of good things happening, and it grows. And then it starts to get all these negative reviews and all these negative customer experiences start happening. And you would think that that wouldn't be how it would work. They'd grow and they'd be able to provide better and better service. But usually what happens is there's this slump that can take place inside an organization where it grows, and then the attention starts getting spread into all these areas. But the most upstream thing for the success of any business is going to be what's happening with its customers. And that's why operations data analysis is so important, because we want to see what's going on with the customers. We want to see how well we're serving them. We want to see whether the operations systems are efficient and they're responsive to the demands placed on them by marketing and sales. All these things need to be into place. So that's how we get a holistic view in the work we do. We start with the financials to see symptoms. We work backwards through data to try to find the most significant causes of those negative results at the bottom end. And most of the time, they're going to have something to do with the direct customer experience. Not all the overhead, not all the admin, not all the things that are extraneous, but what's happening there in operations, and what are the predictors, and what are those levers that ownership can pull to ultimately have a better customer experience and have everything downline work better for the entity. So I hope this helps. Hope you gleaned some insights from this. Please share some comments below, and feel free to share and like, subscribe, all that stuff. We really do appreciate it. Thanks.